Hello, sweethearts. Today I wanted to share with you a little bit of a vocal practice, vocal warm-up, and a few exercises that we can use to open up our channel of expression, our voice, which helps us to express more clearly, to express more authentically, to express from our hearts, to express things that might be difficult for us, to express our joy, our love, and to be a little bit more confident in the world, in how we present ourselves, in our ideas, in what we share with other people. So this can impact our relationships, this can impact our business, this can impact our work, our jobs, our careers, and even our friendships, our families, our children, how our creativity flows through us and out of us. Everything in our bodies is connected, whether that is energetic or physical, and often things overlap. So the voice is a really beautiful tool for expression, for playing this instrument of the body. So whether you are asking for what you want in a business meeting or in the bedroom, the voice can be a really powerful tool to help us get what we desire and what we want in a life. And we all know those moments where there's something that bubbles up inside of us, this authentic joy, this beautiful expression, this inspiration, and we catch it, and we might swallow it, or we might, put it away for later. And very often we just keep pushing it and putting it away for later until we just don't say those things at all, and eventually we build a relationship with our voice that is based on later, that is based on I can't use my voice right now because there's no space for it. These are all things rooted in fear of being seen, fear of being judged, fear of expression, fear of authenticity, our own power. Our voice is our power. And so learning to cultivate, to express authentically, and to share our authentic truths is a really beautiful journey, because it allows us to tap into something deeper within us and to learn about things that interrupt that flow of authenticity, that flow of our intuition, our expression, and our creativity. So I've got a few really exciting things prepared today, and we're going to be working with a lot of different levels. So working with the mind, working with the body, the voice itself, working with writing, creativity, sounding, and expressing in whatever way feels authentic to this moment. So as always, let's land into this moment. Closing down our eyes wherever we are, finding a comfortable seat. Letting ourselves arrive. Taking our attention and our energy away from our head and into our heart space, into our bodies. Sinking deeply into our back body, arriving into the seat of the soul, into our spine and into our bellies, our pelvic center. Sinking deeply. You can even encourage this feeling by pulling back slightly and resting into something behind you. Shifting your heart posture and body position to just lean back a little bit. Inhaling deeply and letting go with a sigh. Welcoming yourself exactly as you are. Notice your heart posture in this moment. Are you collapsed inwards a little bit? Or is it easy for you to sit up with a straight spine? Or is it easy for you to let your full heart be seen? Is there any nervousness? Is there any excitement about today's practice? Allowing it all to be here. Beautiful. You can stay with your eyes closed and really feel connected to your heart posture, to your voice, and feeling around for that space around your throat, feeling around for any movement around your chest, your heart. Or you can have your eyes open, whatever feels good for you. So we'll begin just by activating our vagus nerve. So our vagus nerve, which is in charge of our nervous system, keeping us calm and signaling to the body that we are not in fight or flight, is one of the ways to activate it is to activate it through our voice. So we can use humming, singing, or anything like this to just signal to our body that it's safe and that it's okay to relax. So we'll begin today's practice with a few hums. So play around with it, follow along in whatever way feels good for you. Playing in pitch, whether you want to go high or low, experimenting a little bit, and just letting go of how this practice should look like or feel like, and simply being in the play and the unraveling of it. Anchoring a truth into this space right here, right now, that it's perfect exactly as it is right now. It is perfect exactly how it comes out in the moment. Everything is perfect. Everything is exactly as it's meant to be. There is no right or wrong way to do this. My expression is authentic and pure in this moment. So that is the truth of this space. If your voice breaks, perfect. If you're coming out with a beautiful sound, great. If you want to be a little bit more silent today, great. Allow all of it to be here. So much of our voice can be connected to our experiences in our childhood and our experiences through our life. So also anchor in a spirit of compassion, a spirit of holding all of yourself, all of everything that is happening today in this big, beautiful bubble of light, this ocean of tenderness that allows everything and anything to be in this space. So first we'll begin with breath. So just inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Blowing out like a straw. Or as if you were blowing a dandelion. Breath begins sound. Before we make any sound, we fill up our lungs. So place your palms on your side ribs and feel how much spaciousness you can have from this accordion of the lungs. Not trying to push past your current capacity, but simply noticing and observing. Can you let your belly go? Can you let your belly expand? Can you take a breath from your belly and from your chest? And on your next inhale, inhale fully all the way to the top. And exhale fully all the way out. All the way out, 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 out. Inhaling again. Letting fully go. And now on your next inhale, we're gonna hum. So inhale and go into sounding. Beautiful. Keep going at your own pace. Just warming up your vocal cords. Now on your next inhale, try shimmy a little bit. So before we even sound, shimmy your shoulders, stick your palms above your head and shake. Letting go of any stress and agitation. Let your chest be light and begin to tap on your heart space. Letting go of that heart armor that we hold, that protects us from authentic expression, from giving and receiving love. Perhaps if tapping is something that you don't want to do, maybe you gently massage and press into your chest, into your breastbones. Offering yourself exactly what it is that you need in this moment. Try how it feels to press and hold as you inhale and exhale. So staying in one position as if you're massaging a very tender spot. In my personal body, in my body, simply. My expression and my fullness and the fullness of my breath is often was often congested or blocked by anger, by grief that felt like it was sitting on my chest so that I couldn't take a full breath. And I remember feeling really agitated that I couldn't take this full breath that I was longing to take. And so by working with different practices, by massaging my chest, by allowing my heart to love, by expressing in a myriad of ways, I learned to take full breaths. I learned to allow my full expression to exist without necessarily blocking my heart. So if your chest and if your breath is feeling particularly tight today, go gently on yourself. There's so much that we hold on and gather in this life, and our bodies, they store things in order to protect us. So offer yourself a little bit of grace and compassion to say, whatever you're holding, whatever armor you have built up against this beautiful heart, whatever protectors are existing here on this beautiful heart, thank you for doing your best. Let's try unravel those knots a little bit into creativity and into expression. And let's do it together instead of against each other. Because I know that you are doing absolutely, and you have done absolutely everything in my life to protect me and to hold my heart safe. But I'm ready to use my voice and use my expression and to step more deeply into my authentic self. And now, after all our tapping, after all our shimmying and shaking, let's try that hum again. So inhaling deeply into humming. Try go low. And try go high. Then try go somewhere between them, just experimenting and playing. Allow your inner child to come and play in this one. So just playing around, doing short, long sounds, whatever feels good for you. And even trying to sustain a breath, sustaining a sound, and go from low to high. And back down. Even trying the good old do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. With the hum, we don't have to say it with our words. So, so that's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Do, si, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Try that a few times. I'm going to let you try it on your own so you don't have to be hearing my sound in it. Beautiful. So beautiful. And can you just take a moment to honor yourself here? Say, wow, You're trying something new, you're experimenting, you're playing, you're inviting your inner child to come and play. And what a big thing it is for us as adults to actually invite that authentic, joyful, pure expression back into our lives. So now I'm gonna invite you to try something a little bit edgy. I'm gonna invite you into a laugh. So you don't have to, you don't have to laugh in any particular way. But if you're feeling a little bit challenged, you can use the sound ha. So it's ha, 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 ha. And it comes from our solar plexus, it comes from our deep belly, so from our heart roots. And of course, you can also go for that full Hollywood laugh. But remember that joy often unblocks. Joy and pleasure allows us to unblock stagnant expressions in our bodies. Laughing allows us to tap into oxytocin and various different hormones that just give us a little bit of an uplift. And so allowing ourselves the permission to hold joy, to hold gratitude, and to hold play without a particular reason for it is a very beautiful practice to infuse in our lives. I used that in my morning practice for a little bit, where I wanted to tap into a little bit more joy, a little bit more of authentic joy, where I would just laugh to myself for a minute or so and just invite that playfulness first thing in the morning for no reason, trusting that the more I focus on joy, the more I sow the seeds of joy in my life, the more likely I am going to notice it. Our brain works in that beautiful way where the more we focus on something, the more our brain attaches meaning and reason to it and allows us to notice more of that, because it's important to us, right? So our brain can be used to benefit our expression. When we laugh more and when we invite laughter into our lives, our brain tries to find more reasons to laugh. To bring that into our lives, because we're focusing on it. We're building the habit of joy. We're building the habit of expression. And to me, people who are alive, who are vibrant, who are healthy, who are beautiful, they laugh easily. And I want to be a person who laughs easily. So anchor that in and know that it's perfect exactly the way it is right now for you. So give that a go. So we're going to take a deep breath in and just go in for that ha 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 ha. H-A, ha ha. So go for it. Ha 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 ha. Try it as a sound first if it's difficult for you to go into the laughter. So just try ha 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 ha, feeling the power from your core. Ha 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 ha. Try different sounds, different ranges. Ha ha hee 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 hee. And now take that and speed it up a little bit. So on your next inhale, it's gonna sound something like this. Ha 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 ha. Try that again. Ha 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 ha. If you ran out of steam, that's okay. Just keep going. Take another breath. And now try perhaps going for that big Hollywood laughter. Fake it. Give yourself a chance to step into acting in this moment. Be your best actor, okay? So laugh, crack up a joke, whatever feels good. Yeah. Amazing. Congratulate yourself of however that went for you. Honoring how difficult or how easy that might have been. Okay? So now I've taken out my big beautiful drum. I tell everyone that this is my storytelling drum because whenever I play on it, I try to start speaking and try to start channeling and expressing my authentic voice. So let's see. Actually, let's go back into that humming for a moment. So deep breath in and start with a hum. And then open your mouth to whatever sound is coming out, okay? So a few deep inhales and few rounds of those. So Relaxing your jaw. Actually, go in with your hands and press into your jaw a little bit. Here, right here. Often we can experience a lot of pain in our jaw. Our pain in our jaw. My goodness. So you can also let your jaw hang, actually open a little bit wider than normal, and press into these side muscles here. Offering a little bit of a release. Sounding might come naturally actually in this part of the exercise when we're just trying to just release a little bit of tension. Brushing down our neck. Offering a little bit of love into our vocal cords, into our necks. And let's go in to actually a little bit of a journaling exercise. So if you have a piece of paper, also if you don't have a piece of paper, you can speak out loud. Whatever feels good to you. So you can speak out loud as if you're recording a voice message to someone, or if you were recording a voice message to your higher self, to anything that you find supportive in that moment. And I invite you into a free-flowing exercise where we tap into the power of the voice without even having to express. To me, connecting to my authentic self very often comes from journaling. On a piece of paper, I can write anything I want and I can write anything I desire. It's how I connect to what I truly feel in my heart and what I truly feel in my mind. It's a really beautiful practice because it allows me to build that connection of creativity, voice, intuition, expression, and to tap into that source of aliveness and life within myself without seeking external validation. So the more we begin to cultivate that relationship with our voice, whether it's spoken outside or whether it's written or voice recorded or painted, we begin to make a home and a safe space for that voice to express. So whatever floats your boat today, whether you are gonna write or whether you are going to speak out loud, let's just invite the spirit of creativity into this space of authentic expression and allowing all of our facets and all sides of us to be welcome in this space. And I'm going to invite you into a piece of channeled writing. So channeled writing is a form of free flow writing. It's anchored in just allowing our hand to move and allowing our hand to write without analyzing. So it is often a really beautiful way to connect to our intuition, to find answers for challenges we have in our lives, and to learn to rely on ourselves for the source of answers rather than seeking validation from the outside. So I'm going to give us a little bit of a prompt, and then we're going to go into it. So you can begin by writing, "Dear Voice." So, dear voice, source of my authentic expression, speak to me so speak to me and through me to help me to live the life of my dreams. In flow and ease. So this is our intention, okay? And now you can either drop in a question that is personal to you, whether you want to ask a specific question, or you can just follow along with this prompt and say, what do you need? Or actually, ignore that. How can I build a better relationship with you? What is it that you need? So how can I build a better relationship with you? And try to be in deep listening, so almost once again sinking into your back body and allowing yourself to answer from your depth, from that back body, from that deep place of listening beyond your own mind, listening to something around you and something that is beyond you, and almost letting that speak through you. Often we might get caught out by our mind that, oh, but I'm just making this up and I'm just like, it's inauthentic. But trust that whatever your subconscious is bringing into this moment here and now is something that can move something within you, that can unlock a puzzle. And by trusting your expression, your unique intuition in this moment, it can unravel something. And the more you connect to this channel, the more you'll be able to discern and learn the language of your own inner world, how it is that you communicate with yourself, and how it is that you can trust yourself more deeply, feeling for that particular texture of energy within your own expression of, is this my voice? Where is this coming from? Who's saying this? Is this my inner critic, or is this my soul or my heart speaking? Is this my mind? Things like this. So if it's difficult for you to start writing, just say, I don't know what to write. Start writing, I don't know what to write. I'm here, I'm doing this exercise. Start writing anything to get the momentum going, and then just allow it to flow through you, and maybe perhaps repeating in your mind the question, how can I build a relationship with you? What do you need from me? What do you need from me? And almost repeating it like a mantra with the intention of connecting to your throat. What do you need from me? And continuing to write. Remember your breath. If you're feeling stuck, if your mind is taken over, just breathe. Re-energizing and resourcing yourself in order to express and create. Don't let the blocks get in your way. You are much stronger than they are, and they are all illusions in your mind. So breathe, resource yourself, strengthen yourself in order to speak from an empowered state. And if you're finding it difficult to speak from that empowered state and to move past the block, perhaps express from that block. Express what it is that is in your way. Maybe that's something that you can try. Beautiful. Wrapping that up, writing down any last sentences. Beautiful. So, yeah, I'm gonna read you my piece of writing. If you want to try speaking your piece out loud and see how that feels, see how it is to read that to yourself and to express it out loud, see what different energy it carries when you write it versus when you speak it. And if you're feeling challenged today, or if you're feeling like there's a lot of challenging emotions, imagine there's a beautiful blazing fire right in front of you. Whatever you speak into that fire from the deep heart, from truth, is alchemized and returns to you tenfold in nourishing and beautiful and life-affirming ways. When we speak truth authentically, it has the power to change and shift worlds. It has the power to change and shift our own world, to heal, to bring life, to bring light, to bring awareness. The first step to healing is bringing awareness. So don't beat yourself up for ruminating in your thoughts, for overthinking, for touching shadowy, sticky, crunchy moments. So this is what came true for me today. My voice is saying, I want you to step into the fullness of your voice. I want you to start occupying more deeply the spaces and the caverns of your expression. If your voice is the vast ocean of tenderness, if it clears paths, creates, builds worlds, energizes, loves, affirms, and anchors truths into reality, be bold, courageous, and loving enough to yourself to step into the space that you have carved out. Massage your heart and trust the moment. Trust the unique song of the here and now. What do you need from me? Massage your heart. Speak truth and enter. I hope these words move something within you. Maybe even you can take them, pause this video, and journal. Integrate them into your system. What resonates? What did you like? What did you not like? But so much can move within us from hearing somebody else speak, from reading beautiful words, from reading nourishing words, life-affirming words, from journaling, from even the simple practice of humming. If you're ever feeling stressed in the future, try hum. Try focusing on your breath and just going, you know, sometimes it helps to move energy from our body. So for the last part of our practice, because I don't want to keep us too long, I could be speaking all day about the voice, and perhaps there's something in the works around tapping into our expression and authentic voice that can be a short mini course or a masterclass that allows us to touch point and to express more deeply this beautiful voice, this instrument that we have. So for the last leg of our practice, we're gonna use this beautiful drum, and I'm gonna invite you to go into free flowing. So this drum is gonna make sounds. Try to match them. Try to sound like them. Try to express with them. Try to contrast them, and use your hum and also the open hum. So as we did before, or a mix of both. So it can be or you can even go into gibberish if you feel like you want to spice up the energy a little bit and move something in that fun, flirtatious, playful way of just nonsensical, not making sense and not having to figure life out, but being in the movement of life through us, through our voice and through our authentic expression. So let's play. Let yourself experiment, let yourself go. And for once we're done that, if some words are coming through, if there's something that you want to express, if there's some words that are free flowing through you, invite them. Take the first word and make sounds. Allow yourself to make noise. Allow yourself to take up space. Allow yourself to be weird and funky and wonderful and awkward and just let it all go. So yeah, let's go. Remember your breath. If this drum is distracting for you, perhaps skip to another section of the video or silence the sound for a little bit if you just want to be in your own experience. Allow yourself to make weird faces. It helps. Mwah. Don't take yourself so seriously. Be in your own joy. Mwah. I'm gonna give the floor to you, so do whatever you want. Wrapping that up. Making last sounds, last noises. This is your opportunity to make any weird sounds you want. Sounding, breathing, perhaps you can try. Just a loud exhale with your mouth. Kali breath, or lion's breath. That's what it's sometimes called. This also helps us express and move any emotions. Beautiful, beautiful. Great job today. Our voice touches so many parts of our lives. It touches our pleasure, it touches our joy, it touches our business, it touches our food, our digestion, our communication, our expression, our creativity, our style, what we choose to dress as, or what archetypes we choose to embody. What is our heart posture? Do we speak like the archetype of a queen or a king, or do we speak from the archetype of the victim? Befriending our voice, beginning to play and beginning to experiment unlocks so much potential for play and joy and empowerment in so many areas of our lives. When we cultivate a sacred relationship with our voice, when we begin to cultivate that with ourselves, we can be weird, we can be quirky, we can make whatever sound and noise we want. We can also take it into a business meeting. We can take it into a difficult conversation with our loved ones. We can take it into asking for more in our lives, asking for what we want, what we desire, what we need, or simply sharing our joy. Our life doesn't have to be, a zero-sum game or a black and white experience, but sometimes we might even block our own expression of joy and love, like saying to somebody that we care about, I love you, I care about you, thank you for being here, or even expressing that to ourselves. And when we begin to do those things in our lives, we begin to cultivate and anchor a safe love, a safe experience of expression into our own system, and that creates a ripple effect into the lives around us, so that the people that we interact with, they're more free. They feel that permission slip within us to say, do, be, and be appreciated for everything that they are. If somebody says something weird, if they mess up their words, if they blur something strange, we don't immediately project onto them our own fear of expression, but we might just hold a silent permission for them to say, it's okay, keep going, I love you. We've all had those experiences, or seen those people who get really flustered and get really anxious if they mess something up. How would it feel like to hold a silent permission slip for them to do that? For another person to mess up the words, to sing off tune, to simply explore the instrument of their expression. Just because we have it, just because it was gifted to us in this beautiful body, this temple. So I'm sending you a big hug. Play today. Journal about what came up for you in this practice, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, please write in the comments below if I should make more of them. And if you want to try expressing more deeply and authentically with yourself in the space of self-love, try one of my mirror practices, which are all somewhere in my channel. So see you in the next one.